Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. In this video, we bring you the complete N400 Part 9, covering all 37 yes-no questions. You can just answer yes or no to these questions, and the officer may also ask you to define some words to clarify if you can understand what you listened to. All right, let's get started. Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way?
No.
What does claim mean? What does claim mean?
To say something without proof. To say something without proof.
What does claimed to be a U.S. citizen mean? What does claimed to be a U.S. citizen mean?
To say you are a U.S. citizen. To say you are a U.S. citizen.
Have you ever registered to vote or voted in any federal, state, or local election in the United States?
No.
What does register mean? What does register mean?
It means to sign up. It means to sign up.
What does vote mean? What does vote mean?
To elect new leaders. To elect new leaders.
Do you currently owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes in the United States?
No.
Do you know what owe taxes means? Do you know what owe taxes means?
To owe the government money. To owe the government money.
What does owe any overdue taxes mean? What does owe any overdue taxes mean?
Didn't pay taxes on time. Didn't pay taxes on time.
Since you became a lawful permanent resident, have you called yourself a non-resident alien on a federal, state, or local tax return, or decided not to file a tax return because you considered yourself to be a non-resident?
No.
What is a non-resident alien? What is a non-resident alien?
A person who is not a U.S. resident. A person who is not a U.S. resident.
What does file a tax return mean? What does file a tax return mean?
To send a tax form to the government. To send a tax form to the government.
Have you ever been a member of involved in, or in any way associated with any communist or totalitarian party anywhere in the world?
No.
Tell me what the Communist Party is. Tell me what the Communist Party is.
No freedom, like Cuba or China. No freedom, like Cuba or China.
What is a totalitarian party? What is a totalitarian party?
A political party with total control. A political party with total control.
Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any opposition to all organized government?
No.
Have you ever been a member of or involved in world communism?
No.
Do you know what communism is? Do you know what communism is?
A political party with a lot of control. A political party with a lot of control.
Have you ever associated with any group anywhere in the world that advocated any of the establishment in the United States of a totalitarian dictatorship?
No.
What is a totalitarian dictatorship? What is a totalitarian dictatorship?
A political system with total control. A political system with total control.
Have you ever advocated, supported, or promoted any of the overthrow by force or violence or other unconstitutional means of the government of the United States or all forms of law?
No.
What does overthrow mean? What does overthrow mean?
To remove a government by force. To remove a government by force.
What are unconstitutional means? What are unconstitutional means?
Methods not allowed by the Constitution. Methods not allowed by the Constitution.
Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any of the unlawful assaulting or killing of any officer or officers of the government of the United States or of any other organized government because of their official character?
No.
What does unlawful assaulting mean? What does unlawful assaulting mean?
To attack someone illegally. To attack someone illegally.
Have you ever associated with any group anywhere in the world that advocated any of the unlawful damage, injury, or destruction destruction of property.
No.
Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any sabotage?
No.
What is sabotage? What is sabotage?
The act of destroying something. The act of destroying something.
Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with, or have you ever provided money, a thing of value, services or labor, or any other assistance or support to a group that used a weapon or explosive with intent to harm another person or cause damage to property?
No.
What is a weapon? What is a weapon?
Like a knife, gun, or bomb. Like a knife, gun, or bomb.
What is an explosive? What is an explosive?
A substance that can explode. A substance that can explode.
Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with, or have you ever provided money, a thing of value, services or labor, or any other assistance or support to a group that engaged, participated in kidnapping, assassination, or hijacking or sabotage of an airplane, ship, vehicle, or other mode of transportation?
No.
What does kidnapping mean? What does kidnapping mean?
Taking someone by force illegally. Taking someone by force illegally.
What is assassination? What is assassination?
The killing of someone famous. The killing of someone famous.
What is hijacking? What is hijacking?
Taking control of a vehicle by force. Taking control of a vehicle by force.
Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with, or have you ever provided money, a thing of value, services or labor, or any other assistance or support to a group that threatened, attempted, tried, conspired, planned with others, prepared, planned, advocated for, or incited, encouraged others to commit any of the acts listed in item numbers 6A or 6B?
No.
What does threaten mean? What does threaten mean?
To tell someone you will hurt them. To tell someone you will hurt them.
What does conspired mean? What does conspired mean?
To plan secretly with other people. To plan secretly with other people.
What does incited mean? What does incited mean?
To encourage someone to do something illegal. To encourage someone to do something illegal.
Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in torture?
No.
Do you understand the word torture? Do you understand the word torture?
To cause great pain to someone. To cause great pain to someone.
Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in genocide?
No.
How do you define genocide? How do you define genocide?
Killing a whole race. Killing a whole race.
Have you ever participated in killing or trying to kill any person?
No.
What does kill mean? What does kill mean?
To cause someone to die. To cause someone to die.
Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in intentionally and severely injuring or trying to injure any person?
No.
What does injure mean? What does injure mean?
To hurt someone. To hurt someone.
Have you ever participated in any kind of sexual contact or activity with any person who did not consent, did not agree, or was unable to consent, could not agree, or was being forced or threatened by you or by someone else?
No.
What is sexual contact or activity? What is sexual contact or activity?
Touching private parts of someone. Touching private parts of someone.
Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in not letting someone practice their religion?
No.
What is religion? What is religion?
The belief in a god or gods. The belief in a god or gods.
Have you ever participated in causing harm or suffering to any person because of their race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion?
No.
What is suffering? What is suffering?
Physical or mental pain of a person. Physical or mental pain of a person.
Have you ever served in, been a member of, assisted, helped, or participated in any military or police unit?
No.
What is a military unit? What is a military unit?
The official army for a country. The official army for a country.
What is a police unit? What is a police unit?
A group that enforces the law. A group that enforces the law.
Have you ever served in, been a member of, assisted, helped, or participated in any armed group, for example, paramilitary unit, self-defense unit, vigilante unit, rebel group, or guerrilla group?
No.
What is a paramilitary unit? What is a paramilitary unit?
Like a military group, but is not official. Like a military group, but is not official.
What is a self-defense unit? What is a self-defense unit?
A group that protects a community. A group that protects a community.
What is a vigilante unit? What is a vigilante unit?
A group acts like the police, but are not the police. A group acts like the police, but are not the police.
What is a rebel group? What is a rebel group?
A group that fights a government. A group that fights a government.
What is a guerrilla group? What is a guerrilla group?
A group that uses weapons to attack the government. A group that uses weapons to attack the government.
Have you ever worked, volunteered, or otherwise served in a place where people were detained, forced to stay? For example, a prison, jail, prison camp, detention facility, or labor camp? Or have you ever directed or participated in any other activity that involved detaining people?
No.
What does to be detained mean? What does to be detained mean?
Held in custody by police. Held in custody by police.
What is prison or jail? What is prison or jail?
A place where prisoners are kept. A place where prisoners are kept.
What is a detention facility? What is a detention facility?
A place where people are forced to stay. A place where people are forced to stay.
What is a labor camp? What is a labor camp?
A place where people are forced to work. A place where people are forced to work.
Were you ever a part of any group, or did you ever help any group, unit, or organization that used a weapon against any person or threatened to do so?
No.
If you answered yes to item number 10A, when you were part of this group, or when you helped this group, did you ever use a weapon against another person?
No.
If you answered yes to item number 10A, when you were part of this group, or when you helped this group, did you ever threaten another person that you would use a weapon against that person?
No.
Have you ever sold, provided, or transported weapons, or assisted any person in selling, providing, or transporting weapons which you knew or believed would be used against another person?
No.
Have you ever received any weapons training, paramilitary training, or other military type training?
No.
What is weapons training? What is weapons training?
Learning how to use a gun. Learning how to use a gun.
What is paramilitary training? What is paramilitary training?
Learning how to fight in combat. Learning how to fight in combat.
What is military type training? What is military type training?
Learning how to fight in combat. Learning how to fight in combat.
Have you ever recruited, asked, enlisted, signed up, conscripted, required to join, or used any person under 15 years of age to serve in or help an armed group, or attempted or worked with others to do so?
No.
What does recruit mean? What does recruit mean?
To ask someone to join the armed forces. To ask someone to join the armed forces.
What does enlist mean? What does enlist mean?
To sign up into the armed forces. To sign up into the armed forces.
Have you ever used any person under 15 years of age to take part in hostilities or attempted or worked with others to do so?
No.
Have you ever participated in combat or providing services related to combat, such as serving as a messenger or transporting supplies?
No.
Have you ever committed, agreed to commit, asked someone else to commit, helped commit, or tried to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested?
No.
What does commit mean? What does commit mean?
To do something wrong or illegal. To do something wrong or illegal.
What is a crime? What is a crime?
An action that breaks the law. An action that breaks the law.
What is an offense? What is an offense? What does to be arrested mean? What does to be arrested mean?
To be handcuffed by the police. To be handcuffed by the police.
Have you ever been arrested, cited, detained, or confined by any law enforcement officer, military official in the U.S. or elsewhere, or immigration official for any reason, or been charged with a crime or offense?
No.
What does to be cited mean? What does to be cited mean?
Given a ticket by police. Given a ticket by police.
What does to be confined mean? What does to be confined mean?
To be kept in a place. To be kept in a place.
What does to be charged mean? What does to be charged mean?
To be accused of a crime. To be accused of a crime.
If you received a suspended sentence, were placed on probation, or were paroled, have you completed your suspended sentence, probation, or parole?
Yes. No.
Have you ever engaged in prostitution, attempted to procure or import prostitutes or persons for the purpose of prostitution, or received any proceeds or money from prostitution?
No.
Do you know what procure means? Do you know what procure means?
To find a prostitute for somebody. To find a prostitute for somebody.
Please tell me what a prostitute is. Please tell me what a prostitute is.
Someone who has sex for money. Someone who has sex for money.
What is prostitution? What is prostitution?
The work of a prostitute. The work of a prostitute.
Have you ever manufactured, cultivated, produced, distributed, dispensed, sold, or smuggled, trafficked any controlled substances, illegal drugs, narcotics, or drug paraphernalia in violation of any law or regulation of a U.S. state, the United States, or a foreign country?
No.
What does smuggle mean? What does smuggle mean?
To take things to a country illegally. To take things to a country illegally.
What are controlled substances? What are controlled substances?
Drugs controlled by the government. Drugs controlled by the government.
What are illegal drugs or narcotics? What are illegal drugs or narcotics?
Like heroin or cocaine. Like heroin or cocaine.
What is drug paraphernalia? What is drug paraphernalia?
Equipment to make or use illegal drugs. Equipment to make or use illegal drugs.
Have you ever been married to more than one person at the same time?
No.
Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit?
No.
What does obtain mean? What does obtain mean?
To gain something. To gain something.
What is an immigration benefit? What is an immigration benefit?
Things like a visa, green card, or citizenship. Things like a visa, green card, or citizenship.
Have you ever helped anyone to enter or try to enter the United States illegally?
No.
What does illegally mean? What does illegally mean?
Not allowed by the law. Not allowed by the law.
Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling?
No.
What does gamble or gambling mean? What does gamble or gambling mean?
To play a game for money. To play a game for money.
Tell me what illegal gambling means. Tell me what illegal gambling means.
To play a game for money illegally. To play a game for money illegally.
Have you ever failed to support your dependents, pay child support, or to pay alimony?
No.
What does pay alimony mean? What does pay alimony mean?
To pay money to an ex-spouse after a divorce. To pay money to an ex-spouse after a divorce.
Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States?
No.
How do you define misrepresentation? How do you define misrepresentation?
The act of giving false information. The act of giving false information.
What is public benefit? What is public benefit?
Welfare like food stamps, housing, education, health care. Welfare like food stamps, housing, education, health care.
Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading?
No.
Do you know what false is? Do you know what false is?
It means it's not true. It means it's not true.
What is fraudulent? What is fraudulent?
Intended to deceive somebody. Intended to deceive somebody.
What is misleading? What is misleading?
Giving somebody the wrong idea. Giving somebody the wrong idea.
Have you ever lied to any U.S. government officials to gain entry or admission into the United States or to gain immigration benefits while in the United States?
No.
What does lie mean? What does lie mean?
To say something that is not true. To say something that is not true.
Have you ever been placed in removal, rescission, or deportation proceedings?
No.
Do you know what removal is? Do you know what removal is?
Making someone leave the US. Making someone leave the US.
Do you understand what rescission is? Do you understand what rescission is?
To take back a decision. To take back a decision.
What is deportation proceeding? What is deportation proceeding?
A legal process for deporting a person. A legal process for deporting a person.
Have you ever been removed or deported from the United States?
No.
What does to be deported mean? What does to be deported mean?
To be forced to leave the US. To be forced to leave the US.
Are you a person born as a male who lived in the United States at any time between your 18th and 26th birthdays?
No.
If you answered yes to item number 22A, did you register for the Selective Service?
Yes.
If you answered yes to item number 22B, provide information about your registration. What is Selective Service? What is Selective Service?
Services in armed forces under law. Services in armed forces under law.
Have you ever left the United States to avoid being drafted in the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
What does avoid being drafted mean? What does avoid being drafted mean?
To prevent being selected as a soldier. To prevent being selected as a soldier.
Do you know what U.S. Armed Forces are? Do you know what U.S. Armed Forces are?
U.S. military, Navy, Air Force, Space Force. U.S. military, Navy, Air Force, Space Force.
Have you ever applied for any kind of exemption from military service in the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Are you currently a member of the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
Have you ever been court-martialed, or have you received a discharge characterized as other than honorable, bad conduct, or dishonorable while in the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
Have you ever been discharged from training or service in the U.S. Armed Forces because you were an alien?
No.
Have you ever deserted from the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
Do you now have, or did you ever have, a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country?
No.
What is a hereditary title? What is a hereditary title?
A royal title such as prince or princess. A royal title such as prince or princess.
Do you know what an order of nobility is? Do you know what an order of nobility is?
A position given by a king or queen. A position given by a king or queen.
If you answered yes to item number 30A, are you willing to give up any inherited titles or orders of nobility that you have in a foreign country at your naturalization ceremony?
Yes.
Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States?
Yes.
What is the Constitution? What is the Constitution?
It's the supreme law of the land. It's the supreme law of the land.
Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes.
Do you know what allegiance is? Do you know what allegiance is?
To be loyal to something. To be loyal to something.
Are you unable to take the oath of allegiance because of a physical or developmental disability or mental impairment?
No.
What is the oath of allegiance to the United States? What is the oath of allegiance to the United States?
A promise to be loyal to the United States. A promise to be loyal to the United States.
What is developmental disability? What is developmental disability?
A problem with body movement or function. A problem with body movement or function.
Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes.
If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States?
Yes.
What does bear arms mean? What does bear arms mean?
To own or use a gun to fight. To own or use a gun to fight.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces?
Yes.
What are non-combatant services? What are non-combatant services?
Services that do not involve combat. Services that do not involve combat.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction?
Yes.
What is work of national importance? What is work of national importance?
Tasks that are important to a nation. Tasks that are important to a nation.
What is a civilian direction? What is a civilian direction?
A direction from a person who is not in the military. A direction from a person who is not in the military.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more.